because it was so late. Well, Miku and the others should be at the grounds by now, right? Let's go talk to them. Doesn't look like Miko is around here anywhere. Paimon doesn't see Ayato or Ayaka either. Are we too early? Didn't Ayato say he prepared lodging for everyone at the shrine?
Did you hear? Someone encountered a doppelganger here last night.
A doppelganger? You mean, like a doppelganger of themselves? Or someone they know?
You know what they say. Anyone who sees their doppelganger will be replaced by them within 3 days.
That's just a folktale. It's not real.
Doppelgangers? That's a common folk tale in Inazuma, isn't it? Ever heard of it, Traveler? Yeah, it's a pretty famous one, huh? A friend being replaced by a complete stranger? Also, the timing is a bit too coincidental, don't you think? Could it be related to what we saw last night? The whole doppelganger thing sounds kind of like what Sayu was talking about with Bunshin Phantasm. Maybe something went wrong with Kichiboshi's powers? Well, thinking about it isn't going to get us anywhere. Why don't we go check on Sayu's team? Huh? They're not here yet. Well, if it is Sayu we're talking about, it's definitely possible. Oh, someone's coming. Weird. Is he here to work on the equipment? But he doesn't look like any of the workers we saw yesterday. And it doesn't seem like he's here for the games. He snuck away again. Do you think he might be... He's constantly looking back. Paimon's calling it now. Something fishy is going on. Good point. He could be on his way to meet someone. Let the hunter become the hunted.
Reporting back, ma'am. Nothing suspicious to note at the Bunshin Phantasm booth. It's possible there's no connection to the incident from last night.
Sarah? Hey, Zoe! What's going on here?
Forgive me, ma'am. I have failed as a detective. I did not realize someone was on my tail.
So, what's going on? What are you investigating? It must be serious if Heizo's involved. Huh? What orders? You really can't tell us anything?
An astute observation, Traveler. Tell her the truth.
What? The Shogun is here?
You recognized me with a single glance? It matters not. I am certain the person standing before us is our friend, the Traveler. Her gaze, her presence, her mastery of several types of elemental energy. There is no mistake. And we need her help.
No, please! Stay away!
What? You're right. That's a big risk.
The purpose of this festival is to bring humans and yokai together. We cannot allow the culprit to endanger anyone. Fortunately, no one else has been harmed.
Ah, so the thunder we heard was you!
On the contrary, it was my decision. I was unable to capture the culprit last night, so I left to discuss a plan with Miko. I did not show myself once I saw you were safe, and for that, I apologize.
Speaking of Miko, where is she?
She is investigating the trace of yokai power found at the scene. Though it fades in and out, it never strays from Mount Yogo. Miko is working with the Kamisato siblings to verify the identities of the staff members. They should be done soon. As for the contestants, that inquiry must be performed by someone else. The Tenryo Commission is too conspicuous. But as the judge of the competition, you can ask questions without arousing suspicion.
Okay, so you need us to talk to the teams and see if there's an imposter among us?
Precisely. Traveler, I understand these people are your friends, and it puts you in a difficult position. But if one of them has indeed been displaced by a yokai, they could be in grave danger. Thank you. I truly hope the situation is not as grave as it seems.
What are you guys gonna do next? Continue to investigate from a distance?
Worry not. Miko and I discussed that issue. She claims to have a plan. The preparations are underway as we speak.
One of her genius plans, huh?
Indeed. If you learn any details of said plan, I would like to know what I'm getting myself into.
Okay, so where do we start? We need to ask questions to figure out if there's an imposter, but we can't arouse suspicion. Oh, looks like Sayu's team is already here. Well, guess we'll just play it by ear. So tired. I don't feel rested at all. How come you two have so much energy? Didn't you stay up even later than me? Weak. It's okay. I can push through. Sayu and Yoimiya seem the same as ever. Kichibushi, too. How should we test them? Oh, good idea! Doppelgangers only mimic appearances. They wouldn't know about someone's past. Let's give it a try. White fur! Yellow fur! Yeah, well, the Traveler's judging this thing, so we can't slack off, right? Yeah, if the people in charge are here early, that usually means there's been some kind of emergency. Oh, no, it's just... The Traveler really wanted to see you! Well, it's your game! Playing your game yesterday? Brought up a whole bunch of old memories. So we wanted to come early to reminisce about old times. You know, because you might be busy later and stuff. White fur acting super strange. Had fun with yellow fur. We went so many places together. Snowy Mountain, cold. Outcore, big. Orange fur come with next time? Would we have to walk there? Really? As long as Storm not mad. Hey, it's not like Devalin's the one behind every single gust of wind. Oh, we should get out of your hair then. Good luck, everyone. Bye, White Fur. Bye, Yellow Fur. Come back and play. Wow, we've had so many adventures, huh? You don't even realize it until someone brings up the past. Oh yeah, totally! It was... what was it again? Anyway, Paimon didn't pick up on anything suspicious from that team. If anything, we were the weird ones forcing conversations and stuff. Okay, so maybe it wasn't the best strategy. Leaning into the judge angle is probably a safer bet. Let's ask about the creative process behind the game and confirm their identities that way. Paimon saw Toma's team show up just now, so we can investigate them next. Hey, Toma! We were hoping to learn a bit more about the philosophy behind your game. Is now a good time? Feel a soft bee?
Oh, Boss can explain that one. Boss and Shosei were up super late last night coming up with ideas. And he's back at it this morning, as energetic as ever. Boss is the best!
Time for an interview. Into you? Not so fast. Everyone isn't an answer. You need to be more specific about your target audience. Makes sense. Kids need a little exercise here and there. Right. Adults have more stamina, so they can get more out of the game. Older adults. Exercise is important for healthy aging, but something feels off about this. Ah, okay. Wait. That includes everyone! But not for Eoroi. Next question! Whoa, not a single stepper.
Yes, Boss Toma!
Well, Toma's answers were all very genuine. Paimon didn't notice anything un-Toma-like about them. Plus, he was with Shosei until late last night. If you think about when we saw the nightmare creature, the timing doesn't match up. Kozo and his two friends were together the whole time, too. They would have noticed if someone was acting weird. So, we're back at square one. That just leaves Kokomi's team, right? Guess we should check them out.
White fur and yellow fur are here early!
You're here alone? Huh. Where are Kokomi and the others?
Don't know about Great Yokai, but Soul Lady is behind you.
Soul Lady? Oh, as in Soul of the Deep. Okay. Wait, did you say behind us? Kokomi! A little warning next time! Energy? Oh! The numbers you write in your diary!
In a tree? Dry berry?
Oh, sorry.
Kyobu Koban is a criminal?
No, of course not! You're in the clear.
In the clear. Is good? Good.
What about Mizuki? Where did she go?
Something tells me a certain someone is missing me.
Huh? Miko and Mizuki!
Hello, traveler. Paimon.
Yes, I left the rest to the young fellow from the Kamisato clan. At least for now, there's nothing suspicious to note.
That means the culprit didn't manage to sneak in. That's a relief.
Just like that, you let down your guard? And all it took was for me to wear her face.
The culprit? It's you!
Oh? Greedy little thing. I thought we agreed on 20. Oh, it's getting harder and harder to tease you, traveler.
Can you stop with the teasing then? Even I'm reaching my limit.
500 years and you're still not used to it? Sounds like you need more practice.
At least spare me for the day. I can't take the mental torment right now. I'm running on fumes. Investigated the shogunate officials' nightmares, analyzed the traces of yokai power around Mount Yogo. Oh, and worked on some new game stages, of course.
All in one night?
Well, I didn't want someone to ruin the Mikawa Flower Festival. But I also wanted to do my best for my part of the festival. Besides, I've talked to many patients who worked multiple jobs just to make ends meet. Compared to that, complaining about one night of hard work is a little unreasonable, don't you think? You're very persuasive, Kokomi. It would seem you also have a talent for clinical psychology. I'll leave it to you two then.
Sweet dreams.
Mizuki really cares about the festival, huh? She's putting so much pressure on herself.
Perhaps she's reminded of the festivals of the past when I was just a kid, and Mizuki a young Baku. We would rush past the other yokai, desperate to get the first piece of fried tofu from the ramen stand. It would seem she hasn't forgotten, even after 500 years. You know, there's something to be said for knowing when to keep your mouth shut, little one. Well, enough about the past. We must focus on the matter at hand.
But you didn't notice anything suspicious, right? That should mean the culprit didn't sneak in.
That's one possibility. The other is that the culprit's transformation is even more convincing than we imagined. In that case, we need a detective with a more professional skill set. Or we need to find a way to provoke them and get their facade to crack.
But that sounds dangerous.
If the culprit is deep in disguise, a slight provocation won't completely expose them. What we need is to create reasonable doubt, make the culprit question whether their cover is blown. As they hesitate over whether to make some kind of last stand, that is our chance. Oh, A didn't tell you? Allow me to show you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Mikawa Flower Festival, it is my honor to announce An esteemed guest from Tenshukaku has agreed to take part in this year's festival. Please welcome Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ogosho, God of Thunder.
So this was your plan, Miko?
Well, not bad, right?
Wow, that was quite the entrance. Hyman can't believe she agreed to that. Why didn't you clue us in earlier? We wasted all that time asking pointless questions. Another day of hard work. Where did the time go?
Almighty Shogun! Glory to your everlasting reign! Welcome. Welcome.
This stall looks familiar. Yet it would seem the ownership has changed hands.
Ah, you must be thinking of Tomoki. He wasn't feeling well today, so I'm filling in.
I see. Yet, you remind me of someone. A Doshin from the Tenryo Commission.
What are you looking at, eh?
The food offerings. Although this vendor seems... working? Ah. I see. I appreciate your dedication, sir.
Well, of course. It's an honor to serve such esteemed guests.
No need for formalities. I'll take 3 orders of dango milk.
Right away.
3 orders? So Paimon gets one too?
Yes. I wanted to thank you for accompanying me. Without you by my side, I imagine the people here would be on edge even now. I have my reasons for being here, of course, but I would hate to tarnish the festive atmosphere. Indeed. The Mikawa Flower Festival. Hundreds of years have passed since I last partook of the festivities. Much is different this time. The people, the place, the games. Yet, the name endures, and the joy of celebration along with it. I suppose that, in itself, is a form of eternity.
Traveler, Paimon. And the almighty Shogun?
Oh, Mizuki! Looks like you got some much-needed rest.
Yume Mizuki. Thank you for your aid earlier.
Of course. I'm always willing to help. It's my duty. I wish I could have dispelled the nightmares, but this situation is uncharted territory for me.
Even so, relieving the pain of the nightmares is no small feat. You honor the legacy of the Yumeku Ippaku.
So not even Mizuki could fix it? What's going on with this nightmare creature?
Let's save the difficult questions for later. Actually, I came here to ask you something. Want to come to the Isa bathhouse with me? Most of the contestants will be there. Oh, and don't worry about payment. It's my treat.
Really? Yes, let's go!
Well, game development isn't easy. Most of the contestants are exhausted and could use a break. You've been under a lot of pressure yourselves with the investigation and all, so I thought you might like to join.
Of course we would! Right, Traveler?
I will remain here. I rarely have time away from Tenshukaku, and I would like to continue perusing the stalls.
Aw, that's too bad.
I almost forgot. Miko wanted to talk to you, Traveler. I'll take you to her first.
Oh? Well, why don't we all go?
Almighty Shogun, your dango milk is ready.
Oh, delicious.
No need, Shogun. Miko just had some quick things to go over with the judges, that's all. You and Paimon can wait here. We'll only be a minute. All right, now we can talk freely. I think something's off with the Shogun. You've been with her the whole day. Have you noticed anything? Exactly. You noticed too. I've witnessed a lot of cases where patients, for a variety of reasons, are unwilling or unable to seek help. Unfortunately, that only exacerbates the problem. Until their emotions become so heavy, even the strongest of people collapse under the weight. I see those warning signs in the Shogun. Humans, yokai, and archons bear the same capacity for emotion and are naturally susceptible to the same mental turmoil. It's very possible that someone who appears strong on the outside has learned to compartmentalize their negative emotions, and that is far from healthy. Anyway, The quickest route to curing the mind is through the heart. That's where you come in, traveler. Approaching someone in a professional capacity often makes them more guarded. But don't worry, you'll still have my help. Here, with these 2 special coupons, you can get into Isa Bathhouse after closing. Then, this is what you're gonna do.
Finally, you're back! Paimon's had 2 servings of dango milk already!
Sorry for the wait. It sounds like the traveler has other plans, Paimon. So we'll head to the bathhouse on our own.
Huh? You're not coming? Okay. Paimon will bring you back a hot spring egg!
There is no need to stay behind on my behalf. If you leave now, I'm sure you can catch up. What makes you say that? If my presence makes them nervous or impedes their ability to relax, does that not defeat the purpose of going to the hot springs? I already disturbed their progress by coming to the festival. The last thing everyone needs is more distractions. As you know, this body is hardly that fragile. It can operate for another 100 years with no issue. Mortals are weak in body and mind. If there is a choice of who to bear such a burden, naturally that person should be me. What does it matter? The world is not so easily bent to one's will. What clever verbal tricks, traveler. It appears you've been spending too much time with Miko. You think you can get away with manipulating the Shogun? I wouldn't be so sure. Persistent indeed. Very well. As you proposed, we shall set out at midnight. As I said, let's wait until midnight. You can attend to other matters in the meantime. Well, shall we head out? Not a problem. Well, shall we head out? All right, no reason to delay. Steam replete with the scent of orchids. Water that turns the complexion a blushing pink. So, this is a hot spring. Yes, there are royal hot springs near Tenshukaku, but the plans were set in motion only after Hiragi Hiroshi introduced the Snezhnayan blast furnace to Inazuma, and that was 500 years ago. When the project was complete, I was already in the plain of Euthymia. And naturally, the body of the shogun has no need for such luxuries. The members of the Kanjo Commission were once friends with Makoto and the Kitsune Saigu. Although mere mortals, those who managed to survive back then were special individuals indeed. What makes you say that? Now I see why my officials claim that the hot springs facilitate conversation. Even I find myself divulging more than intended. You're correct. Following the dark disaster 500 years ago, a nightmare engulfed Inazuma. On a battlefield consumed in darkness, our soldiers fought against dark forces, creatures capable of possessing people and trapping them in nightmares. Even the Yumeku Ibaku could do nothing to wake them. Perhaps not. The battle was intense. Those who stood up in defense of this land knew the chance of survival was slim. In the face of certain death, surely a nightmare is nothing to fear. But what if I told you this? If the person trapped in the nightmare was strong enough to overcome incapacitation, it would become a waking nightmare instead. The person would lose all capacity to distinguish dream from reality, perceiving everything in the real world as a continuation of the war, and every precious thing in life as an enemy to be annihilated. And every precious thing in life as an enemy to be annihilated. That is a far more painful nightmare, both for the person in question and those around them. Yes. I unleashed Muso no Hitotachi and struck her down. No need. I have no regrets. I know it was the right decision, both for Inazuma's sake and her own. If necessary, I would do it again. Well, it's about time you two showed yourselves, yes? You've listened in long enough.
Oh. Before you say anything, this part wasn't me.
Well, since the cat's out of the bag, how about a hot spring tea party?
Hey!
Ah, nice and warm. No wonder the hot springs relaxed your inhibitions, eh?
So who came up with this idea? I want the truth.
I guess both of us?
Well, I happened to consult a certain clinical psychologist about how to get an old friend to open up. In her expert opinion, doing something new with a trusted companion in a new environment can make someone less guarded. Looks like it worked like a charm.
It's one thing to trust that Miko has good intentions, but would you let your guard down around her?
Your concern is misplaced. I kept these matters to myself because I was unsure whether this incident is connected to the past, and I did not want to interfere with the investigation. If the investigation reached an impasse, or new clues pointed to the nightmare from back then, naturally, I would have discussed this intel with you.
Intel, huh? It appears you still don't understand why I wanted you to open up in the first place.
Hmm?
Help! Help me!
Sounds like it came from outside. Let's check it out. Oh no! Someone's unconscious!
It seems different in some respects. Step back and allow me to examine her.
What's going on? Almighty Shogun?
What happened just now? What frightened you?
Shogun,
It's all right. With the Shogun here, nothing can hurt you. Just take a deep breath and tell us what happened.
I almost fainted again just now. Yes, I was on my way to Uyu restaurant. And as I was crossing the bridge, I saw someone staring at me from behind a tree. It was hard to make out their appearance in the dark, but I had a bad feeling. So I tried to get a closer look in the moonlight. And it was me! In that moment, I thought about how people who see their doppelganger usually end up dead, and I fainted from the shock. I don't remember anything after that.
A doppelganger in Inazuma City. But we only detected traces of the nightmare around Mount Yogo.
I heard that people encountered doppelgangers at Mount Yogo too! Could it be the work of some terrible yokai?
Now that we have an understanding of the situation, why don't I take you to the police station to file a report?
Okay.
The situation is getting worse. If the doppelganger is limited to the festival grounds, that's one thing. But appearing on a random street in Inazuma City...
On the bright side, the victim seems okay this time.
Bad news, Shogun!
A Tenryo Commission official? What's wrong?
Another victim! At the festival! Kappa is trapped in a nightmare!
What?
But Sara and the others were keeping watch.
Make haste. Back to Mount Yogo at once.
Kappa! Kappa!
Excuse me. Let me take a look.
Mizuki! Traveler! Finally, you're back!
Now is not the time to cast blame. Did anyone witness the attack?
We split up for just a second, and the next thing we knew, he was on the ground. Oh, it must be some terrible yokai.
How is he, Mizuki?
It's strange. I can't perceive his nightmare. It's almost like he's not there at all.
The yokai! It must be getting stronger! Kappa, oh, please don't die.
No, it was I who underestimated the enemy. I who allowed us to continue the festival despite the potential dangers. Sarah, what is the status of the other contestants and staff? Good. By decree of the Shogun, I declare that the Mikawa Flower Festival is...
Wait.
What is it, Miko?
You're being too hasty, eh? I understand your concern for the people, but I urge you to think this through, or we risk playing into the enemy's hand. Considering your history with nightmares, you have better cause than anyone to exercise caution. But do you truly believe that what we're facing now is just a nightmare?
Explain.
Call it intuition. If you want the truth, perhaps Doshin Shikanoin could shed some light. I believe there's been a break in the case.
That doesn't sound right. I need to think about this some more. That doesn't sound right.